Hello, everybody, and welcome to Perspective. And you have your girl here, Pam, and I'm going to give it to you my way. And that's the only way I can do it.
That's the only way she can do it. And you
That's the
got
only
Carlos
way.
Mack perspective. Definitely going to give it to you my way. Usually a different way than everybody else thinks, and I'm cool with that. Who we got for a guest today, Miss Lashice? I messed your name up just that. Alicia Johnson. Unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord, we done lost her.
lost again.
We,
She like she had a tornado behind her or something.
oh, wow. Well,
Go
that's
ahead,
okay.
girl. What you got?
That,
What you got
that's
for us
okay.
today?
Well, I know this is going to be a topic. Oh, my God. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Oh my
Let's talk about.
goodness. What?
Okay.
You allowing us to talk about that on this show?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So,
Hard
okay,
to believe.
I know, right? Right. So, the question of the day is how Black men feel about penetration in the rear end from a woman. From a woman. You know what I'm saying? From a woman, meaning, like you with your special woman
I'll see why I
and
guess they won't come on today. You told them the topic, didn't you?
what? No. We waiting on. They gonna come up. They gonna pop on. We gonna.
Let me turn this. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I don't shy away from any subject. I do shy away from certain activities, but I don't shy away from any subject. So
Okay, but
I'll be happy to
they
add clarity.
say that black. Okay, the thing is, black men expect for black women to think outside the box, and do
Absolutely.
right. So if a black woman
Mm.
wants to be romantic with her man,
Mm-hmm.
then that way, or she feels like she wants to, I guess, explore. Is it
Mm-hmm.
okay for the black woman to strap on and penetrate the man? Like that is something that men are doing these days, and they're not gay. It's not a gay thing.
What
I
man you
mean,
talking to?
we we're talking. We're talking. What's
Okay,
your
we talking, but I'm
perspective?
saying like
See,
what
what's
man?
your? It's
First and
mostly
foremost,
women.
there's
Go
levels
ahead.
to everything. All right, so we got you. Don't go nowhere near that, men, such as myself.
Right.
I'm on that. I'm on that level. I'm just to say that's on a zero, like baseline. Then you got some men that don't mind you to down kiss or all of that. You know what I mean? That area. Go back there, put them in a little dead, what they call dead crab little look, and go back there, do your thing. Then you got
Uh-huh.
some men don't mind if you go up in there and try to hit the what they call the male G spot, which
Okay.
I don't give a lovely hell what kind of magnificent, um, life changing experience it is. We not going there, but you got some guys that just freaky like that. And I understand the difference between. Well, let me finish going through phases, all my
Right.
different levels, right?
Okay.
All my
While
levels.
I'm trying to get the
So
guests
you got the
together.
you got the zero tolerance mofos, such as myself, zero tolerance, zero. And that's not for booty holder right there. That's for zero, nothing. Not going nowhere there. All right. And then um you got your guys don't mind looking little, you know what I mean? Then you got your guys who don't mind you to do a little finger action, I guess, back there. You and your girl, y'all freaky. You want him to do some crazy shoot across the room type orgasm. So there's that guy. That's number 3. Then you got level 4, DEFCON 4. All right. DEFCON 4 is the guy you kind of need to be a little worried about. Only because she said strap on, y'all. So strap on, that's got that in my head is a visualization of like when the gay women, you know what
But
I'm
no,
saying, they
no,
screw another
no, no.
woman,
You
they put a
Carlos.
fake dildo on, and your woman get behind you and she act like she you and she stroke off on you. That's a
No, wait.
whole
You
nother
have
level
some
of
women. You have some women and some guys. Now, this is not a gay thing. This is not. This is. They said the black men wasn't ready for this conversation. You know. a lot of the other races are exploring sexual activities because they say men get more aroused,
Right. They have a bigger orgasm, blah blah blah.
right, when you touch the backside of their bodies. So, and you have some men that actually get off on that.
So
Right?
off on that. All right, so I'm man. Are we already got comments? Man, gone. That's what I'm talking about. All right,
No,
look,
come on, come
look,
on
look,
now.
look, 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 look. Let's be clear. Let's be honest. Let's be fair.
There are some
There
men
are
that,
people who are very freaky. The
right,
regular stuff, missionary, blah, blah, blah. Even I don't know, extra doing it outside, whatever. Just don't do it for them no more. It just
right,
ain't.
right, right.
And they trying to, and they
We
want to
are
stay
not,
together,
Corey.
and they trying to like not go outside and do stuff with other people. So they trying to keep it in a relationship and they
Right.
explore.
Hmm. So,
But
Corey, let's introduce our guest that
you
just
talking
popped
about
on.
white
He had a
people
hard
and
time
Chinese
because
people.
he in Burke County. They ain't got no internet
No,
down
look
there.
here. No.
Dang
Hey,
man.
I'm
you
just
got to
joking.
go
I'm
through the
just joking.
YouTube. You got to go through a Facebook to get in this thing. You got to secure it.
So,
It's a
okay,
couple of
so
steps.
Corey, introduce yourself, tell the guests about you, and then we're gonna tell you what the topic of the day is because the topic is juicy. And then at the
You
end of
don't
the
want to.
show,
You don't
we're
want
gonna
to know,
tell them
bro. You
about
don't want to know.
what you do.
Get out while you can.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, what you gonna put me on here? But nah, I'm I'm Corey Warren. I got my hands tied up in a lot of little bit of stuff, but I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm a basketball coach at heart. I cook, cater. I established a program 10 years ago, so that's United Elite Basketball. Um, and I mean I'm a school teacher, so um,
Okay. All
well,
right.
I
Well,
say I
Corey,
got my hands in a lot of little bit of stuff.
Corey, we're gonna give you a full interview after the show. We have another girl that's supposed to be popping on too. Hopefully, she can come on too because she's having some problems with logging in too. So, but we're gonna talk about this. We're talking about sex, baby.
Oh
So
God.
the topic is when you're with your mate. We're talking about people that are married, that's in a committed relationship. You're with your woman, with your man, and how black men feel about anal,
Oh God.
about
Told you.
the
I
woman
had to warn you. I had to tell
going,
you to get out.
the woman that may want to put a strap on and penetrate the man, or the woman that may want to play with the end, the woman that might want to lick the end, but you're with your significant other. Like you're not just out there doing it with random people. You're with the person that you love and y'all exploring. How do you feel about it? Black men today, and it's not being gay.
Right,
Or
right,
do you
right.
feel like that's a part of being gay? That's what's your perspective?
Well, I mean, I come from a lot of different angles with this, but you know, privacy is privacy, yeah. But I think that yeah. Oh, she said some more.
We
Oh,
have
okay, so
people that
pops up like,
comment.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I
Miss
think that
Dominique. We ain't talking
whenever
about you.
you,
We talking what the dude, Dominique. We talking what the dudes going to accept. Like what the dudes think about it.
yeah, I think
I
that
mean, I
whenever
guess you can,
you,
the
How
comment,
women
the
feel
women can
about doing it
comment.
to the
Yeah,
dude.
they can say what they feel about it too. I'm just being funny. Go ahead. What you got, Warren?
yeah, but I just think that whenever you got to be careful with the things that men will allow women to do, especially when
Mm.
you're raising kids, when you're raising boys, you know.
You want them to
um,
walk in on, ha! You walk
hey,
in on mom and dad in that
that's
situation. Lord,
yeah, that's
put the
crazy,
strap on. Oh my
but
So why
God.
why do black men feel so uncomfortable talking about it? Like you have black men that don't mind doing that for when it comes to the woman. Y'all don't mind penetrating the woman that way, or messing with the woman that way. So
Now
why
look here.
is it so difficult?
Let's be clear. All right. Let's be clear. I'm a man. I penetrate. Okay. Anything that you got that can be penetrated is fair game. If it's an ear hole, a nose hole, whatever you got, it's penetration. But I don't get penetrated. That's not how I'm set up. So it goes against the natural stream of
But
things on being penetrated by another person. If
There you
that
okay,
go.
ain't, you know what I'm saying, it's totally different,
Yeah.
in my
so
opinion.
I just feel like so men, y'all just don't want to even entertain it,
No.
and then, and then
And me
you
and the
have
kid,
some
me and Clutch always on
you
the
have
same
some
damn page.
women that want to have
Always on
physical
the same page.
control. They want to feel like they in some type of control. Do men feel like if they're not that way that they're losing the control?
I don't think it's that. I think it's just lessen the man's or what
You
the
pick up
word man
one.
means. Hold on a second. Hold on.
I
They
Hold on.
having a party in Burke
think
County.
we're gonna turn up the party with this topic. But yo, real talk. There, like you said, women are created to be penetrated. And then no, I guess that's just no. Like I don't know what no is.
No, okay, okay,
But the
but
problem we got here is women, okay. Women have to understand that that is a you in control type. That is a relinquish of control stuff. And some men feel like they need that. They want to be slapped, whipped, tied up, all kinds of stuff. It can go into it. But whatever you comfortable with, you know what I mean? And you and your man, y'all comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Have at it. I don't give a
right,
darn what you do as long
right.
as everybody's down. You know what I mean?
So, do you feel like the generations have changed, that sex have changed, that men are being more comfortable with being who they are without being judged? Because a lot of times men think they have to be like, no, ain't no, I don't want that. I mean, do y'all
I
think because
mean,
a man prefer to have those type of play on sexually with a woman that he has gay tendencies? What's your opinion?
that's
I,
what's wrong with the world now. You know, they got so far away from the way we got so far away from it that everything is like this question right here. You know, this question here that would never come up. You know, during the time that I was raised, because
right.
there's just no room for it. You know, but the world has allowed people to what shall I say without offending anyone. The world has allowed people to get away with things that
Your
are just not
perspective.
right.
I want
Right.
to just say
And you
it.
know what? We're talking about the
Um,
black community, the black man, because a lot of times the black man is held at a different kind of standard almost sexually than any one other race. You know, you
Yeah.
have white men that can embrace each other, that can play with each other and do all those kind of things and it be okay. But if
Well,
a black dude
that's
be like,
where
hey,
but let's look at the core. Let's look at the core with a black
so
man in
I
culture.
mean,
We're talking about culture right now, right? Let's look at what a black man is and how we carry ourselves. We have an extra layer of masculinity that we got to provide because we have a more aggressive environment that we deal with. Period. With our women, with the world, with each other, we have a little bit more of aggressive how we talk, how passionate we are. Being a man as a black man, there is
tell Clutch
little
I'm gonna
room to
send him a link for him to come on the show so we can talk with us.
do
Or
that.
Dominique, which one of y'all want to come on the show and talk with us?
That's
But go
good.
ahead.
But the thing about it is that in a black man's mind, a heterosexual mind, meaning for y'all don't know, for a guy who's likes women, a man who likes women, straight man, a black straight man has a problem with wavering of being seen in any kind of weakness, especially in his manhood. It speaks to your toughness, your you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A weakness
right,
if you're deemed as feminine in any kind of way, not just sexually,
right.
just feminine in how you carry it. If you're weak, it translates over to a problem. It can be a problem just in who's gonna try you or not. You feel me? I don't mean trisexual. I just mean in general. So we take a lot of stock in being
Okay, Dominique says she can.
manly. Send Dominique the link. Let's see
I'm
what
about to
she
see it
can.
on a link. But go ahead. So Corey, I mean, you seem very reserved about that type of conversation. Tell me why you feel so reserved about talking about it.
I mean, I'm not reserved. I'm just. It's just something that it's, I don't know how to relate to it. Me personally, I haven't really had experience. Well, I never had an experience with anything of this nature. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down um to that. So it's not with me being reserved. It's just
All right, and I think that's most guys' natural
y'all there.
reaction is that. Oh, we got a delay going.
Yeah, it's a
Say
All
that
delay
right,
again.
on my end.
but yeah, that's most guys' reaction. Let's see what Clutch said. Sexuality is a powerful part of man and women identity. To swap natural roles is to act out of sex is not the move. Wait a minute, I read that all jacked up. To act out of the roles in
I
the
got it.
act of sex is not the move. So basically, he's saying it's not natural for you to step out of the natural role or what the
But
normal role
who's to
is.
say
But
what's natural? We're just brought up with the same kind of situation. Who's to say what's natural?
That's
Because
what's
that's what
if
I'm
that's
what's
the
saying.
case,
natural?
why would
Women.
let's talk seriously? Why would a man feel like it's
Well,
okay to
that now that's
penetrate a
that's
woman?
natural though.
I
Why?
explained that
I
to
mean,
you.
no, penetrate a woman in the anal. Why do men think
Look,
that's okay?
some men got a problem with
Corey,
that.
you ain't
Some men
talking.
got a problem with that. Some men got a problem with that. I personally, I'm not searching for that. I don't have a necessary need. I think the only time something like that might go down is if I just want to damn try you, just feel like see if I could do something, But it ain't. It's not an urge like, oh, let me get that. That's what I need.
I,
If I can't have that, I don't want to be with you type stuff.
I, my thing is this. My thing is like, how do you even get to this conversation with a man? That's
How
because
do you get there? To the
once
conversation?
a woman. No, I'm saying like, how can your wife or your girl or whoever your significant other will ask you, to experience that with her. I'm like, um,
Okay, what?
One
Wait,
said,
let's
one said,
go
I don't.
here.
One
Hold
said,
on,
I don't
Corey,
even want you to ask me that. Like, how you gonna even
Corey,
ask me that?
Corey. Let's wait. Hold on. I'm gonna ask you one question, Corey and Carlos. This for y'all guys.
Mm.
What place do y'all? Because I know some guys that will ask for a threesome. And what?
Oh,
When
I
would
about to
would
came in
that
on the
be
wrong
appropriate?
time.
No, you
Huh?
didn't. No. You say you want to come on. Don't back out now. What'd you say,
Okay.
Paris? What was the question? Why would a
I'm
man
just
ask for it?
saying. He was saying at what point is it even the conversation would come up with your significant other to want to penetrate his behind or his anal, right?
But
What?
yeah,
Why would they even come up? But the question is,
like,
why would it
how do
even
you
come up
even
for a man
how do you
to
even
even
get
ask
there?
for a threesome? You have
well,
some men that are
well,
married that want a threesome with their wives
Now that's
or their
different, there
girlfriend.
now.
it is different. I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
why.
That's
It's
different, there.
different. It's different because
what?
That's
Y'all
totally
crazy.
y'all
different.
already act gay as hell. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do gay stuff all day long. Y'all slap each other on the booty, dance with each other. You ain't seen me slap nobody on no booty and
Yeah,
dance behind no man. You never seen me do that. Women do gay stuff all the time. Y'all call it your girlfriends. Y'all jiggle, do all kinds of fancy stuff
yeah.
with each other. So I'm saying y'all
Dominique,
can't get mad at a man for thinking that if I was out there slapping guys on the booty and dancing behind them, would you not think it was okay to do all that stuff you talking about? No, Dominique, you gotta turn your mic on.
That's definitely not okay. I don't think it's okay for women to do it either.
Well,
I,
it's a
I,
different nature
hold
with
on, hold
women.
on, hold on, hold on. Let me use this because now when I was younger, I
Mm-hmm.
can't lie stuff like that. But
Right.
as a grown woman with more mature mind, I don't think it's okay for women to do that either. Like,
But you can understand why we would think that though. Even if you don't have that view right now, coming up, you didn't see guys doing that. But you see girls doing that,
But the
right?
Oh
reason
no,
why,
he
but
didn't.
see, the only reason why I felt even comfortable is because other girls
Stop
were
being
doing it.
so biased.
Exactly, because it's different women culture. It's different. All right. Y'all
I
culture is different. You're not gonna get isolated, alienated, and all that
I agree. I
if
agree.
that goes
Right.
down. With a dude, you one of us gotta go. One
Yeah.
of us gotta die. You dig? You just
Yeah.
not gonna
But
try me
we're
like
not
that.
talking
So it's a
about
totally
dudes
different.
on dudes. We're talking about women that's in a committed relationship that may want to take
Damn.
control
You asked the
sometimes.
question, Pam.
I,
This is just
You asked the
hey,
regardless,
question.
look. I'm just the person that asked the question. I'm
Well,
one of the
regardless,
few.
let me
I'm
answer
not the one
answer the
that's saying,
question.
"Hey, I'm down," but I'm just because I'm not giving you my perspective. I'm asking you for your
Okay,
perspective.
you asked the question. Why do we think it's okay for women to have threesomes with their man, and for a man for it to be totally off base
No,
for the
what I'm
opposite?
saying,
I'm
what
telling
we're
you why. Because y'all already do gay stuff already.
no, we're talking
Y'all set
about
yourself up for that. And you know
what
a man
we're
gonna
talking
want
about.
more than one woman if he can have his woman and then some other stuff on the side, and you're going, you
That ain't,
know,
so it's not okay for the woman to want to have take control in the relationship and say that she wants to be in control for the moment. We're not
She
talking
can
but
about
be
just
she can
but
be in
because
Becky,
they
control.
y'all get
hold
to
on.
ride. Y'all
She
get to
can be in
ride.
control,
Please
but
Y'all get
let
to
me
ride.
speak. Please let me speak. There's your control as a married woman, because you said married, right?
married or in a
It
committed
don't matter if you
relationship, we
married or
say
not.
either one.
Okay. So well, I'm speaking from a
Look at
married
Corey
woman's
looking
perspective.
away. Corey don't know how to act. He's
I'm
like,
speaking from a
I wasn't
married
yeah,
woman's
ready.
y'all
perspective. There is no way in the world that my dominance or my aggressiveness comes from me sticking something in my man's behind. You know, that's not the way a
Maybe,
woman.
but maybe that turns you
But a
on.
normal, but girl, as a woman, that's you don't have that's not a, you don't have to show your dominance and aggression that way. That's
But
regard
maybe that's the turn on for you as a woman.
to
Yeah,
stick
like you
something.
get off
but I
on
think though,
the great
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
mix it
look at
okay.
I didn't grow
I
up
think
like that. I didn't grow up like that. That's unnatural.
What you
Who'd you
say,
say,
Regardless
Corey?
Corey?
if
Warren?
Hold on. What Corey say?
You said Corey? Is his name Corey or
I'm
Warren?
saying I'm thinking that
Warren,
I put Warren on there. I didn't know what she was getting me into, so but
Okay.
yeah, that's my last name. But
Oh, okay.
I just think that I feel like when I asked the question
back
how would y'all get
in
to
the
the
car.
point of speaking about doing it, trying it. My thing is it has to come from the man, and the man already have to be that way in order for that to take place. I can't see a woman asking a man to do that without that man giving like Carlos was speaking, giving her some showing her some tendencies that that he want to do it, or like how women slap each other butt. Then and the man's like, hey, you want to have her to join. So she's showing tendencies of that maybe she may like women. So I'm thinking, well, it has to be the man got to be gay in order for the guy to let him listen with his butt. I'm
But they're
sorry.
saying no. They're saying that there are men out there that straight men that love women, but they like to explore
After
sexually.
after you do something like that, you can't be straight no more. I'm sorry.
I say you can't go
You can't
back.
be straight no more
Don't
after you
turn
do
it back.
something like
I,
that.
I will tell you this. The problem I have is I think there may be people out there that can do freaky stuff and not go but so far. But my problem is I'm afraid for my own sanity in this situation. Cause I'm like, I just think that's just a point of no return, right? Like I don't
I
like once
agree.
you go in, once you do all that, it's like
I
like I go to
agree.
jail or that now. I'm like, I might be
Okay,
thinking like, okay, well, it's not so bad. Like, no, you're not gonna even open Pandora's box with your boy. And by
okay.
the box, I mean not all that.
Right.
Nah.
So question is, what is too far in a relationship or marriage? Like a real committed relationship and versus getting married and marriage. What is too far? What is too
It's
far?
about
Like
it's
would you
about
actually
comfort.
like how would you actually experience almost anything with them? Or you would set limitations to your man or woman and then maybe they'll go out and cheat on you. What causes that? When a man say, I want this, and then you don't give them those things, is it okay for him to go out and find someone else that will?
No, it's a
Or
You
comfort
talking to
cheat?
level.
Dominique?
It's about Dominique got some. What you got?
So you're saying just because as an individual you want something and somebody else won't give it to you, you're gonna go out and find it somewhere else,
That's
and
what
that
most
person.
men say they
Oh no.
do.
It's a
So
question.
that
It's a
person.
That's a
question.
question.
So that's why, because I'm going back to what you said about marriage. That's why that's something that has to need to be talked about in the beginning of what your comfort. That's a comfort zone area. And there ain't no way in heck just because you want something done, if I don't agree with it, that I'm gonna jeopardize what I believe and what I stand for just to make you feel better. And there is compromise in things, but some things
Right?
ain't compromise. I'm
Right.
sorry.
So what's
I
so what's
refuse.
the
I
limit?
refuse. I
She
said
asked
this.
what the limit is. She asked what the limit is because you said some things you can compromise on. So where's the line push back to what you can accept when you're married and you're supposed to be able to explore everything together and trust each other, all this other stuff. What's the line?
The line is what y'all just said. Bending my husband over. Why would I do that?
That
Why
There you go.
I
There
I'm
you
would
go.
not
I
I'm
would
not
hope
arguing. I'm just clarifying the question.
I would hope
Clarifying the
We
question.
just asking questions.
Hey, look real quick. Erica said, "Oh God, your G spot is in there, man. Take
I
the
don't care.
peg. The peg
I
meaning
don't
the
care.
whatever the woman's doing. It's like your G spot's in there. She's trying to tell you guys that y'all have a special place in there, and y'all should take the quote unquote peg. Like y'all should allow this because it's going to be fantastical. I quite frankly don't care what the level of
Fact.
fantastical it is, and I
No,
don't
bro.
even. It's like crack. I heard crack was fantastical when you first get it. It's like, ooh, ooh,
There you go.
you don't want nothing else. Crack,
Fact.
throw your life away. It's
And
so good, it throw
you're
your life
right.
away. But I want to be on crack.
Right. So
Mm,
what we're asking, so Corey,
literal
what's
crack,
your
like your
perspective?
crack.
What is the limit for you? Like, do you feel like pleasing your woman at any cost or whatever, or you feel like she should try to please you at any cost, or do you respectfully pull back when she said I'm not comfortable with that, and not go out and try to
Well, my
be with
it,
someone that will, or use that as an excuse?
well, I mean, that's, sexual desire is it plays a role in that. It plays a part in that. So, um, if that's something, it goes back to what I was saying previously. Because I can't say that without saying that if you're giving off those tendencies, then a woman will ask of that of you. If not, then she's not gonna try you like that. She's not.
I don't believe
I
that,
can't
man.
see you being in home with. I'm just saying I can see you being in the house with a woman, and she asks you, can she fuck you in the ass, and
Mm.
still be and
Don't
still
say the F.
respect you. Oh my bad. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You can say anal. You can say
Yeah,
all
Yeah,
them other
yeah,
words, but
yeah.
you can't say that.
but I
Right,
guess
right, right.
I'm sorry. I guess I said that
Okay.
because
No,
I
I'm
wanted to
just
show
joking.
you
I don't care what you say.
how aggressive that looks. With asking a man of your house to perform that act for you to perform the act on him. So
I
you know,
think women.
you have
Honestly, I'm
to.
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I've been asked before. Women do that. I think there's a couple reasons why women do that.
Carlos be
A,
messing with them.
no, all women are freaks.
No,
Anyway, we're gonna have that another discussion.
okay, that's
Y'all
another
more freaky than
topic.
we are, but we're not gonna have that discussion right now.
Okay.
I think some women are looking for a dominant. Some women are, but I think most women are actually trying to please. Women are big pleasers,
Fact.
so they're trying to bring that. They're gonna heard their homegirls talk about this and all of this other stuff. What they don't did, they don't turn the dude out. Like, hey, I would love to turn this nigga out so he stays at home. So, but they try anything, and I think that's one of the things they want to do is please the man to the third power. So they're willing to say, okay, if this is really going to take him to the next level, and a lot of women ain't willing to do this, maybe we should try this. I think that's most women that try their man,
That
and
guy in
they
the car.
Corey
Yeah,
do
and
not
then
That,
and
agree.
also
Corey
also
do
that
I
guy.
not
think that
agree. Huh?
also I think that no, because women, I'm telling you, women will try you like that to gain power too.
I
You
agree.
know,
Some will,
you
but I
have
don't
to.
think that's most of them.
So once I'm telling you, once a woman do something to you, like, ain't no way you can walk through that house again and
Oh
say
yeah,
that
you
you're
a
you're
black
the
woman
man
do
of the
that to
house.
you, she gonna
Yeah,
tell her friends, man, I took this
yeah.
spoon. You know what I did with this spoon, this nigga? Look,
First of
you ain't
all,
gonna
all
live it
black
down.
women ain't the same.
It
First of
better be.
all,
Oh,
first of
all
No.
all,
black women ain't the
all black
same.
women ain't the same. Second of
So
all,
we're
Okay.
talking about,
that
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 dominant
guy in the
woman.
car,
We're
that
not
guy
talking
in
about
the car
you.
who's in the chat. I don't know if y'all even paying attention to
Which one?
his what
The
he's saying.
cop?
I'm
I
reading
think
what
his
he
name is
said.
What?
What
Zakar.
he said.
I agree with everything he's saying, man. There is no way you
Yeah.
compromise your dignity for anybody.
Well, he said
If that's something that you
he said
don't like,
gay now. He said
meet
gay
the
sex
next person.
between men. Wait a minute, I agree with that. Why would a
Yeah, he
man
said
mimic?
about this.
Now, when he said man, why would a man mimic a gay
His
act
last comment.
if
His
he's
last
not gay?
comment.
Right, I agree with him on that
Right.
too.
That
Like,
dignity.
I mean, you got a certain level of dignity that you have within yourself and boundaries that you have within yourself that you just say no to. I get that. And then that's why
That's
I was
called
saying,
inhibition.
what is too far to push your mate? Like, we're talking about healthy relationships. You got some people, like, I mean, none of us may not try it, but you have some people that believe in that type of relationship and they crave that. They want that. They look for that. So, if
You got
within the
people that
Black community, we shy away from it, but is it right to shy away from it, or is it right to condemn someone else for trying to do it? That's all I'm saying.
we
I ain't
got people
condemning
that call
nobody else for
STM.
doing it.
Hey, I'm not condemning.
I just
Yeah.
said that
Yeah.
there's
Now,
no way
what
in
Kind
hell.
of
somebody said
hard.
that it
Kind
was
of
a
hard.
gay act.
I'm not.
Kind of
Y'all
hard.
Yeah.
saying it's a gay act when people don't think that it's gay. They just think
But I'm
it's just
not.
them
That don't
exploring who
mean
they are.
But that
I'm not
doesn't mean that I'm
condemning.
judging. I'm not judging.
Right.
No, hey man, if that's what they want to do in their household, that's what they want to do in their household.
But we're
I
saying
just
your
don't think.
opinion.
I don't think it.
Your
I don't
opinion
think that
is
it.
your
Can,
opinion.
huh?
Your opinion
In
is that it's a gay act. Is it not? Not that
my
you
opinion,
Yeah.
condemning them. We're talking about what your opinion is of what that situation is and the mentality behind that man. Not saying you condemning them or anything like that.
yeah, I
But
ain't judging them, and
not
I
saying
don't
you
even know.
judging them.
I don't
Not
know.
saying that.
I don't know if I would want to even call it a gay act because, as you said, the G spot is back there. But I just don't think it's natural for a woman to bend her husband over and have sex with them.
Okay, well, let's
That's
go this
not
far.
natural.
Guys, let's go this far. Is it natural or is it acceptable for a woman to put her finger in a man's
I might need to go on off
heart
this
Who?
conversation.
Wahoo.
and get him,
Oh,
you own it now, honey, and get him
oh no,
aroused?
yeah, she don't dive in.
Or is
I didn't
or
know too
to
deep.
even go down?
We got some bashful guests today. They
I mean,
both blushing. They
what's your
black as hell. They
perspective?
blushing like a motherfucker.
No, I'm not. I'm not
What's it?
bashful. I'm
Is
telling
there
y'all.
a compromise with the anal? Is there, or it's just the anal is off limits
You know what?
for the
This
man?
topic's so taboo to the black community. It
It
answers your
is. That's
question
why we want to
on
talk
how
about it.
even if somebody anywhere
Black
near
people don't
cool,
want
and
to
they're
talk
not gonna
about that.
admit that. So
That's not
this
true.
question is just so throw.
That's not
But
true. That's not true. I talk. I
Who
talk.
the
Hell
I
no.
hell
talk.
no?
I don't think.
hell
I
no,
don't
who is
think
that?
there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about sex, and sex needs to
Ain't no
be talked
sex.
about more.
Sex
But
is
what I'm
different.
saying, I don't care if it's anal or whatever. But I'm telling you how I feel about it. You just ain't trying to. You want me to
Well,
worry
but
about
I'm
somebody else?
saying
We heard what you said,
you
not
stuck
saying
on the track. You stuck on the what's calling the thing you put on your body. You stuck
strap,
on that.
strap
We done
on.
went.
The
Yeah,
peg,
the
as
strap
Erica
on.
called it. The
I don't
peg.
know what it's
I
called.
don't care if it's a
So
finger.
what's the
I
peg?
don't care if it's a
What's
The
the
peg is
peg?
thumb. I don't care.
strap on.
No,
You
no,
ain't gonna
no,
know.
no,
So
no,
Oh,
you
okay.
trying to
no.
say it's the butt the anal is off limits. Is
If
it
you
off
want to
limits,
be,
guys?
listen, if you
Corey,
want to
is
be
anal
with
off limits?
Dominique, if you want to be with Dominique, your butt need to be off limits. I'm sorry. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised that way. I'm sorry. I'm
Yep. Guess
sorry.
say I'm side-eyeing any man who wants to be bent over by one.
Back, back,
What
back.
Pam is saying is she ain't trying to, even if she's not trying, okay, you won't let me bend you over, so is a finger okay? That's what she
Is a
asks.
finger okay?
But
Is
I
it
just told you. I just told you.
Oh, well, all right.
I
Well, what
just
right?
about
told
a
you.
Okay,
thumb?
so
You ain't got to bend
Corey,
them over to do that, though.
what
Be clear.
Corey
You
think?
don't
Did
have
you?
to
Corey, what
guess.
you
Miss
say?
Oh,
Guess. You don't
I
have to
said
bend them over.
no.
Miss
Oh,
Guess. You do
You
not
ain't
have to
y'all
messing around.
look. I bet
You
y'all
not.
y'all saying no on
bend them
because
over.
we live I bet
No,
y'all go. I
Wait till
Pam,
bet.
after the
you
fact.
know me.
Wait till
You
we
know
get off
me.
the gate, boy.
I wouldn't have. First of all, I wouldn't even came on here if I was going to sit up here and lie. I have no reason to lie
No,
about how I
what
feel.
you
I
mean?
don't care if we, I don't care if we on or off the camera. I meant what I said. If in
Right.
order for a man
So,
to want to be with me as myself, my whole
right,
Dominique, I
right,
refuse.
right.
So,
He cannot even want me to bend over
so,
or lick or
so let
Okay,
me
touch
ask
or
you a
any of that.
question.
none of
So
that. Right,
wait,
right,
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
right. Uh-oh.
So guys, how do you feel about putting the finger or going there with the girl? And Dominique, let's let you answer first. How you feel about that? Is that okay?
Oh, snap. Be honest, Dominique.
Go back to what you said.
Oh, you got to repeat that. Oh,
I said, how do you feel about the guy doing that to you? Not penetrating you. We're not talking about
be honest,
penetration. We're
Dominique.
talking about fingers or
I'm
tongue.
gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, and y'all know how I
Mhm.
am about saying stuff like this online because of my position. You know, I know how
Right.
people look at it,
Yeah, you're on the
but
show, so
I am
be
an
careful.
honest person. I'm an honest person,
You mad?
regardless of what subject I'm talking about. So I think it's pleasurable for a woman, but I refuse. I refuse. I don't
Uh-uh.
care what y'all sit here and say. I disagree that a man should want any of that done
About to
to
lose
his
that.
tail.
Right,
Right.
right,
Okay.
man.
So you
Okay,
saying
so
there's
there's a
pleasure for a
difference.
woman for the most part.
So there is a difference between sexual acts to a woman versus a man.
For
And
me,
we
for
clear
me,
on that. For
for
any
me.
Yeah.
yeah, for you. What is done to a woman, see, Pam done froze up, but what is done to a woman, even if it's in another orifice, is different. Whether it be mouth, whether it be anal, whether it be all this, it's different than a man receiving that thing because that just changes the whole dynamics of it, and that's real talk.
It does. It do.
I agree.
Yep. It does.
So Corey, Corey is kind of quiet.
He said it
Um,
does.
I'm.
we didn't got.
Hey. 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 He's speaking into
I
Hey,
existence
feel
for
hey.
like
me,
you
so
know
I'm
what I
like
feel
agreeing.
like. I think that a lot of times that the black community. The reason why I brought this topic up is I was listening on another podcast and how they was talking about the black community shy away from talking about issues that is about the marriage, about committing relationships where sex,
Mm-hmm.
like we make that seem taboo. We make it seem like a bad word. We make sex seem evil or bad or whatever. Like we don't want to talk about it within our community. We don't want to talk about gay. We don't want to talk about nothing that seems negative. And so I want to bring up this and talk about this and talk about what makes black people uncomfortable, what makes us comfortable, what makes, you know, things acceptable in a relationship, like what's healthy, what's not healthy in the black community, and why do we shy away from these conversations? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do we like, oh no, we can't have these
I think
conversations. Oh
I think
no, we can't.
I think a lot of the reason why black people in general shy away from this conversation is because a lot of times we're taught in church that
I
sex
Christian
was
is not
culture.
of God.
I was
That
writing
sex
that
is not
down.
of God, but that's not true. Sex is of God. God ordained the sex for marriage, but sex is of God. And
Right,
I think we get beat in our head so much that you're a whore if you're having sex and all this stuff. You know how it is when you're
right,
growing
right,
up and whatnot. But I think that's why people are afraid. But me and my children talk about sex a lot, and my kids
right,
are well. I don't really talk about my daughter. My daughter's 7,
Right.
and but I am once she hits 8, I'm gonna start talking about it. Man, sex is all over cartoons. Every TV
right.
show that you see, they need to
Oh
be
yeah.
educated on it. My
I think that
13
Right.
should
year
be
Yeah,
old,
and I
yeah,
think I think that it's important to talk about things that are going on in today's society. I think that we got to stop pretending that it's not there. Like we got to stop pretending that we don't need to talk about these things because I think that oftentimes we get into relationships and we get in situations and then we start trying to figure out ourselves, trying to figure out what the boundaries are, and because we don't really talk about it within our communities, we think everything is bad. We think every single thing is bad.
Yeah. And I think that's
So
one
what
of the things. One of the main things is that, like she said,
black
like
culture is all
Dominique
about
said,
what other people think.
like
Go ahead.
Dominique said, it's in our culture to be. We're a little more spiritual. I don't care what anybody says. We have a lot more deep rooted because we've had to have a lot of faith to get through all of the stuff
I
that we've been through. So we're really more. We're, we're more spiritual. Hell, we more superstitious. We're more all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe in more than what we are. We try to tap into that. That being said, it has always been a big taboo in the black community to go outside of the norm of sexuality. You got a man, we're more alpha male than any, and we've got some very, very, very strong women, so we can't be just a regular, docile guy. We got to be extra manly to deal with
Right,
a lot of this. You know what I mean?
right.
You got to
And then
be extra manly to grow up black, period. Or you going to get
Period.
picked at, called a punk, or any of that.
All that.
I'm just
And
telling
right,
you,
it's
that's
right.
different
what,
now because you could be a punk or whatever, gay or all that. It's fashionable now, which is
Yeah.
dangerous. It's a lot more.
yeah,
The inhibition of our black society is getting lower and lower when it comes to sex. We, as our age, talk like this, like, but I guarantee you get some 18-year-olds, some 22s, this and that, and you start talking about it, and they'd be like, I don't see no problem because it's their norm. Our norm is
Right.
different.
yeah,
Our parents' norm is totally different. They don't
Right.
even have this conversation. You get slapped in the mouth
yeah.
and bringing it up to your mama. Like, I was thinking about doing this to my husband. She gonna be like, you did, bow. That's it. They ain't
Yeah.
nothing
Right.
else to talk
And
about.
but the thing is, the I think the sad reality is, and with this conversation, I knew it was gonna throw y'all off. I knew it was, but I really wanted to really like just touch bases
Man, we're gonna have
on.
to have a call. I'm at the council, see what's going on in your head.
No, but
We
seriously,
don't want
I really
complaints
just want
over.
to. I want because this show is perspective. It's about talking about things in the black community, and I think that we talk about politics,
Sex
we
is
talk
part
about
of it.
black on black crimes, and oftentimes we get criticized when we talk about black on
There
black
ain't no
crimes
such
on
thing
the
as
black.
black on black crime.
What? Oh my gosh,
Oh man, just
we
like
get
ain't no
Yeah.
such thing as
criticized. We talk about
black
these things,
racism.
right?
It's just crime. It's crime. It's
Stop it.
crime.
That's what I'm just saying. We get criticized on trying to bring
Right.
awareness to what's really
We
going
got
on
to
in the
have that
black
topic. You got
community.
to remember that
And I
topic,
think
Dominique. But go ahead,
what
Pam. I'm sorry. She got
okay,
to
Y'all let
and
me
I
remember that
just
know when
think
topic.
y'all
that
do that. Let me know when y'all
huh?
invite me back when y'all do that
You
topic.
you want to get on
That's
that
a
one?
better.
He like he talking about the
That's a
butthole
better
stuff.
topic.
Maybe we talk
Yeah.
about the
What the black on black
But
crimes?
Yeah.
see,
ain't no such
can
thing
I
as black
say
on black.
something?
Go
Black
ahead.
on
But that's
black crime, all of that type stuff. I'm
Ah,
in.
and I ain't gonna touch on that because I know Carlos said he wanna talk about that on
that's
another subject.
another. That's a whole other
I
show.
ain't
We
gonna get
get
off
way off
topic.
topic. We have to cut
Yeah,
it
I
and
ain't gonna get
do
off
a whole
topic.
other.
But that's exactly why I wasn't afraid to get on. I don't know if Warren and Carlos knows, but I know Pam knows that I'm a minister. And people, because I'm not afraid to get in conversations and give my perspective, especially a godly perspective, people will be like, you got in that conversation and you a minister and I'm educating anybody who I see on
Right,
my perspective. Like I told y'all before, I disagree that a man's anus should be entered in any type of way or form. When I think about that, I think about I know it probably is crazy to y'all. I think about little boys being raped when I think of that. I'm just
Mm,
being
right,
honest. That's what comes to my
mm,
mind. And
right,
mm.
right,
I mean,
I
it
right.
would
does go
never
deep when he start talking.
I
I'll
would
tell
not
you this.
yeah.
That kind of leads me into what I think about your tolerance for sex, and you have to talk to your mate and know what's
Yes.
acceptable. That's getting to know each other because
Before.
they might have been through. Look, let's be real. A woman might have been through some things that have put her on a higher sexual
Definitely.
acceptance, or what she think is cool, knowing what she wants you to try, and she might not be a bad woman, but her sexual
Yeah.
tolerance IQ, whatever you want to call
Right.
it, may be higher. Same thing with a man. He might even, be
like if
tired of
you
the regular stuff and he wants some. I don't
Huh?
know.
What you finna say,
but if you get the
Warren?
detailed list, if you get the detail, I said if you get the detailed list of what a woman want before
Facts. That's what I
Can you?
said.
engagement
How you
happen,
gonna not?
then
Y'all stop it. You gonna get a
then
checklist when you date
hold
somebody. You
on.
gonna be like, okay, let's
No,
see,
No,
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 anal,
no, no, no.
check.
Wait, go ahead,
I
sir.
don't think
no.
you
We
What
can
I'm
hear
could.
you.
saying is this. This is what I'm saying. That if you do that, then the
Yeah.
element of surprise, who the guy is, how he make me feel, outside of trying to make me feel that way, is all out of the window. So I don't
That's
So
want to
how
right.
do
take
you
all
go
this. I
about
want to
that though?
experience you whole. Say it
How do you
again.
go about
I mean,
figuring
you just
out
experience her. Well, what I would do is
before it goes
I
down? Before
would
she actually
have
sticks finger in
sex with the
them.
woman. Well, that question there,
I'm
the
saying
finger
in
in the hole
general.
question.
In
Hold
general.
on. Y'all don't get to know people before y'all start having sex.
What? But you. Okay, let's be real, Dominique. You have a
I'm
date. You
being
go
real.
to. Okay, well, okay,
I'm
well,
talking about
all right. Well, let me ask you. Okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Do we get to know somebody when you sitting down on
Yeah.
your first date with somebody? Do you ask them, do they like anal?
no, but your
So when
first date.
when exactly are you expect? You
No,
find these things out on a curve. You don't
What do you
start out.
mean?
that's
You know what?
right.
I
By
wanted that one
And
multiple,
question, girl. I know
hold
you
on,
like
where
by
pork.
multiple days, by
You like
multiple
anal.
days, by multiple going on talking to somebody. Conversation, man, listen. Conversation is very important to me because that's how I found out about people. That's why I talk a lot. I like to find out things about people, and if I'm 10 dates in, I'm just telling you, I'm just giving you an example. First of all, you shouldn't be giving up your cookie so fast the way you don't even know this person. Just being honest.
but
So you telling me
guess
you
what,
haven't
Carlos?
asked this person.
It's not even
Hold on,
about when you
you
give up the cookies. It's not even
hold,
about that.
yes it is. Yes it is. Before you get to know what hold on, listen, Carlos,
I'm
before you
listening. I'm
even get to
listening.
know somebody, you telling me that you haven't
That's a valid point, cousin.
gotten to
My
the
cousin
conversation.
said,
You haven't gotten to the
Philip
conversation
Coleman,
about
hold on, he said you don't get to know them sexually until you have sex with them.
I disagree with
Yeah,
that. I disagree with that.
Okay?
and that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to for you to sit here and want a woman to detail list out everything that she like about sex and how she want to be touched and caressed without trying to figure that out through the motion of. It's,
Right.
Well, you know, the
I've
minister
never,
ain't playing that sex before
look at.
marriage.
What?
Uh,
I had sex before marriage.
Well, I'm talking about
now
now.
y'all
Now
y'all can't go there now.
you're a different
Look,
person now.
Y'all crazy.
you can't
I
put
haven't walked out. Listen, I
no
pray to
No, I'm
stimulation
God.
saying
on
you're a
top
I,
of
different
the
person
conversation.
now compared to what before. So now
but that
your
don't mean that
views
I'm
is
perfect.
different.
Damn. Don't put words in my mouth because
Oh,
I ain't never said
okay.
a day in my life. I ain't never that said a day in my life that I'm perfect. And I pray to God that
No,
when
no, no.
because
I'm not
I'm
saying
not
you.
hold on, listen.
I'm listening.
Because I told y'all I'm going through a divorce right now, and I pray to God that I can continue to keep my legs closed until I find my next husband. But I know my my cravings. You hear me? So
Right.
that's something that I have to. That's something that I have to suppress within myself. But before I open myself up to any man, I like to know them on a emotional, mentally, financially, spiritually, sexual level, and that's through conversation. I'm sorry, I disagree when she said or whoever said that in order for me to know somebody sexually, man, you can have conversation so good of a conversation with somebody that make you feel like you done had
Okay,
sex.
I might be okay. I can agree with that because when you had no choice, like when you were really young and you had
Right.
the telephone that stretched through the house, and you had to talk and through notes and poems, you had to be creative. Couldn't do certain things. Couldn't jump in the
Yeah.
Uber and go to Shawty
Well,
house.
I'm just saying that. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Carlos.
So I'm just saying I understand what she said. She's saying that you can have these conversations early if you don't have sex early. You might could maybe get a chance to talk about these things. But what I'm saying is, you probably not gonna get some of these things. You just not gonna get over early. You just gonna have to.
Right. I think sex is
They're
like
just not gonna admit it.
Like it
no,
takes. So are you saying, and that's what the question is, when you put stimulation on top of a question like that, then what Dominique is saying comes, hey, you really get to know the person whole. But if you don't put stimulation like marriage on top of the relationship in order to have sex, when you don't do that, then for a man to ask you to talk to you about sex without, because nowadays people have sex the first time they meet. So I'm coming from that
Yeah,
from that stance. I'm not speaking about the marriage stance. That's it's different. So if you ask, say for instance, a woman just got a relationship with a boy, with a guy, and you and he asks a woman, hey, so what do you like sexually? She's gonna be turned off by that. She's not gonna want because she's gonna think that's all he wants. But in what you're saying, like from a marriage stance, yeah, I can see that you can get to know the person whole and complete, and you can, it'll happen like that. But if you just leave some of the stimulations out of the play, then
I don't think people
maybe
are
I
honest.
think
I
of it
don't think
like
people
this,
are honest enough in the beginning to
right?
really
I
get
agree.
what they
They're not.
want.
They're not honest
I
at
agree.
all. They're gonna
I
give
agree.
you.
You got your
They're gonna
download
give you
dude, he'll
what they're
play
gonna
that
tell you what
jump
you
to
want
the
to hear.
end. Yeah.
I agree. Their representatives are put on.
Yeah, and then they
Right, right.
slowly ease you into the real person. Just small things like, let's go back there a little bit. I seen this thing, and I heard the girl talking. Let's try that.
Dang,
And
no.
they ease you, and then you like
And
the girl's
real
telling you
talk.
this, and then
Right, real.
next,
Wait,
what?
hold on.
We'll
Real
talk
talk.
what?
but
I feel like
you know what?
sex is like basketball.
Uh oh.
I coach basketball, and
Mm-hmm.
sex is like basketball. You can tell somebody how to run these plays, draw it out in the line, and until you get out there and do a pick and roll, you ain't gonna know what to do. You know what I'm
What
saying?
position is
Until
And
that?
you
Pick
that's
got
and roll.
why, right? And that's why I said, Pam, that you don't go there because it leaves a man on an island. Because if you don't perform up to her standards, it's okay to not
Mm-hmm.
know and perform, and then you got some leeway there. And then if you're
right,
not performing up to her standards, what she would on that back end, she'll come into play and she'll start to give you tips and she'll start to encourage you to do certain things that will
I agree
will
with
please
that.
her if she want to be with you. So that's my point that I was making earlier. Exactly what you're saying with the analogy of the basketball play that you just described.
I agree, Nakar. That is exactly what I'm
Of
saying.
course you do. That's so sweet, Clutch.
Oh my God. He's
But
saying
yeah,
he's
right,
saying
right.
I just
he's
feel
saying
like
some
look, I think the basketball reference is kind of what I'm going to. Like, sometimes you just got to play to learn how to ball. You know what I mean? To handle the ball.
There you
So
go.
when
There you
you
go.
You
you just
do,
not
you
gonna
do.
know. You're not gonna look. People don't open up. A woman is not gonna always open
Mm,
up to you about these things because we're not. They're taught to keep these things. They're almost taught
Yes.
to fool you into thinking that they ain't never done this crap before in their life. And oh my
what women
God,
you
you
know?
just brought this out of me type
Eh?
stuff. So you just
That
gonna
ain't
have
me.
to navigate those waters, but you should have some conversation. I think we're a little bit on
And
we
but
kind of
you got
both
also
should
too,
have
you gotta
conversations.
understand.
They'll let you know a little bit, and then you gotta look a little more, to the side, and
But
you gotta make them
okay, y'all,
comfortable. You gotta
let
make
me
them
ask
Yeah.
you a
comfortable.
question, Carlos. Carlos and Warren. You got me calling you Warren. Carlos and Warren. Let me ask you a question. How many times would you, if a woman come out there just butt wow, this is what I want, would that not be a turn off for you? You'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa, she a little too much.
well, it
Oh,
depends
I
on
She
ain't
no,
got
say
no.
too
It
much
depends.
going on.
It
okay. Go ahead,
depends
Warren.
on. No. It depends on whether or not if I want a relationship with it's the relationship or the fling. You know, if it's the fling, then
Yeah.
hey, it's not too
I
much.
agree.
Hey, let's run with it. If it's a relationship, then I may be like I may start looking at it a little different and be like, I may not want to, that to be a part of my future.
I
So
ain't say alone, Eugenics.
Man, look here. I don't want you to break out all your gifts and talents right when I meet you. Okay,
That's
play the
right.
game.
That's right.
I'm a lion. I need a gazelle. I need to hunt and feel like I done did something. And that's the game we play. Real talk. You know what I mean? The biggest thing is that she's smart enough to know anybody,
How to
even
balance
man.
it
If
out.
you got a whole bunch of money, you don't just break out all your money and give a woman to buy a house and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. You supposed to ease this
right,
stuff on the person. You feel what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
it's a
I
part of
don't think
intelligence. You ain't smart enough woman to not put all your flip it, rub it down on the first date. I mean, you got dog.
I agree. I
And then
agree.
he has nothing to look forward to. He has nothing
Absolutely.
That's
else
right.
to look forward to
there
if
you
you didn't
go.
just whoa, whoa, whoa. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
but yeah, this has been a great conversation. We're coming near, and I want to do an interview with Corey. So Corey, I need you to
You
tell
want me to go ahead and
everybody.
log off?
No, you ain't got to log off. Because
Oh,
I want you to give your last perspective.
okay.
Okay. Corey, I want you to tell everybody like what you do, how they can reach you. Put all your information in the comments right here so that people can log on to whatever website you got going on or whatever.
Okay. Do I type that or do I just say it? This brand new to me
Say it
right
and
here.
type it.
So
Say it and type it. You can say
uh,
it first and then you can type it later.
okay. Well, I spoke on early previously. I have a youth development program. Through that program, we do a scholarship for up and coming senior, up and coming college basketball athletes who's pursuing basketball um, in their college years. We give out 1,000. Well, we started out giving out $1,000. Now we give out 2,000. Um,
That's what's up.
we we I used to out of pocket $1,000, but now we've gotten donors, and I mean it's covered through the news every year. It's a big thing down here. But I do it in the name of Eric J. Smalls. It's a memorial scholarship. He was a third grade basketball player for my program. He died. Yeah, he died in a car accident in the third grade. He started my program when he was in the first grade. And he had a car accident on Prairie Ferry Road, and him and two more of his friends they got killed. So each since then I spoke at his funeral, and I just told people that I was going to do a basketball tournament and a scholarship in his name. And we've been um, we've been at it for this is our fifth year. This will be our sixth year doing it. Due to COVID, what we did was last year we did a giveaway instead of the scholarship because the kids have the they couldn't get to the counselors and get the paperwork that they was going to need in order to submit. So we decided to do a giveaway, and what we did was found 8 kids that was nominated um, through their AAU coach or their high school coach, and we just gave them $250 to
That's what's up.
to honor to continue to honor Eric's scholarship. So that's what we do. We do it every year. If you want to visit the website, you can. It's www.unitedelitewarriors.com. Again, www.unitedelitewarriors.com. Our Facebook is United Elite Basketball. Um, and that's it in a nutshell. And the stories are there, guys. You can click on the stories. We have about 5 or 6 links each year. You can see the past winners. Um, um, that's all of that is there. Once you click onto the
Okay.
website, once you log into the website.
So
Get
Corey,
up, black
please put
man.
that in the comments. And so people can go directly to that in the comments itself. And so we're gonna want to give our last perspectives. We're gonna let Dominique go first. Corey, you go. Carlos will go, and then I'll go last. Perspective about the show tonight.
Okay. My perspective is it's never not. Oh, first of all, because I seen Eugenics say if she only conversation or whatever he said, that's not what I said. I think it's very important to get to know people personally on a personal level, whether it be physical, I mean, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all that. Not saying that you're gonna always get the whole person, but you need to know somebody at least sexually so they can know whether it meets your preference or not. You don't want to meet Tyler, and then he turned Freddy Krueger in the bedroom. You get what I'm just date.
Right.
It's okay to date. It's okay to date, and it's okay to ask questions. Hopefully, that person is being genuinely honest with you. Always be honest about your sexual preferences because you are who you are. If they don't like it, guess what they can do? Kick rocks.
Mm-hmm. All
All
right,
right.
Warren, what you got,
And
sir? Last words.
well, I can conclude by saying that when it comes down to the question at hand, the topic of the day from Miss Pam. um,
Yes, from
uh,
Miss Pam.
That was like it ain't for me.
I just feel like I'm very old school with it. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the question, and it gave me a lot of different views from different people, different comments. I agreed with a lot of what people put into the comment box, the chat box, and I agree with Miss Dominique, and I also agree with Carlos. So my thing is,
Don't agree with me.
I still stand strong.
I ain't
I
give my
still stand
perspective.
strong. Yes, I left Miss Pam out. Y'all notice I did that on
Yeah,
purpose,
she
but
just asked a whole bunch of
um,
sketchy questions. That's all.
Stay away from the
right.
butt,
Right.
shouty.
My perspective is just there you go. Just leave a man being a man and a woman being a woman, and let us just um, how we were raised, Baptist, Christian, whatever. Let's follow that guide, and we'll be okay. So, fam, next time you do something like this, give me a heads up. So I
She ain't gonna
We
give
ne-
you no heads up. She ain't gonna give you no heads up.
uh, uh,
Yeah, that's
the
part of the
question, the
allure
question,
of the show.
the question. Okay, but yeah, but
Right.
I
what would be the
enjoyed
Still,
it.
question?
that's she don't,
But
nope.
it
I
just
don't
not.
even know. I just be bobbing and weaving. But all right. So my biggest thing is that if you should respect other people's boundaries, you should have a
Facts.
conversation. If you feel like trying something, you should be honest because you don't want to have a little bit of resentfulness with your partner that you had to hold back and all this stuff. I honestly feel like you should try everything that y'all are willing to try together. Period.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
But ladies, you need to be a little bit, how can I say it? You're gonna know if he give you signs that you should be looking at him in a certain type of way. If he first and foremost, the first time you try, and this is like brand new out the box and all that, if he don't clench his butt cheeks and rip your tongue off,
Facts.
something wrong. In my opinion.
Facts.
But I mean, if y'all get the whatever, and then he get it and you wham down, that's a whole nother ball game. I don't know. That's his thing. So that's all I got to say is that everybody should respect each other's boundaries. And if y'all
I
move
agree.
y'all boundaries together and y'all want to start whipping each other, 50 shades of gray, do your thing. But respect what somebody else has to say. And if she says she don't
Right.
want 14 girls with her and you just have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
I
Oh
agree.
yeah,
Okay.
beat the bad kids. I don't want to have to.
Okay,
I
so my
agree.
last words is y'all know I always say we stronger together. That's even within a relationship. I feel like Dominique said, communication is everything. Understanding each other's boundaries, like Carlos said, and what Corey said, not going there. Having your old school values is very important as well. It's having values for yourself. But it's nothing wrong with experimenting with whatever sexual desires that you have to do, whatever you want to do within your relationship. That's fine. That's cool. I also want everyone to know that within the Black community, we need conversations like this. We need to talk about
Facts.
sex. We need to talk about
Facts.
violence. We need to talk about money. Those are things that we talk about on perspective, owning your own business. All these things are what we talk about on perspective because it affects our community, and that's what's important. So I know sometimes our conversations are a little uncomfortable, but sometimes we need to be a little uncomfortable so we can get right within our Black
Facts,
community. That's
fam.
all I have to
Facts.
say. All right, I love you guys. Watch us every single Sunday at 5:30. You know what's
5:30.
going on. Thank y'all
Yeah,
so much, and I love you. Bye
but don't be
bye.
trying that choking though. Don't do that.
Choking good. Choking good.
Sharp.